catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch who's gonna set up. He's gonna go for it. Fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
The Sunshine State After Dark features a top 15 matchup for the CFSL. We have the number 10 Miami Hurricanes hosting the number 15 Kentucky Wildcats. My name is Cade Padgett. Joining me for the first time in the booth, Dominic Barfield, a.k.a. Umbreon Untamed. Dominic, how we doing tonight?
Man, you know that it's a good time to be here. Everybody's trying to get that early non-conference win to start off the season. Looking to see some explosive plays, and let's just see if we can get some good games to start off the end of week one.
And it has been an electric week one, Dominic. We have had blowouts. We have had last-minute finishes. We have had games where spikes don't happen at the last second. Miami starts off with the ball. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap, has all day. Fires it to her left, has a man completion for 2 yards. Nick Morrow, 2nd and 8.
Not a bad play to start off the season. I think Lisa Pink is definitely trying to build off of the success that she had last season. Has a good core surrounding her to start this off. Look to see this Miami offense go ahead and start trying to explode and spread this field apart.
Oh, easily, Dominic. And if you're looking at it at Miami, Kentucky's not going to give up the big play. This is a very stout defense, so Lisa Pink's going to have to take what the defense gives her. Empty formation. Pink takes the snap, fires it to her right, has a man on the out route. Darren Sway, first catch of the night, 4 yards, 3rd and 4.
Like you said, Lisa Pink's probably going to have to take what the defense is giving her. Nice way to find that quick out route.
2x2 set. Pink takes the snap, fires it deep down the left sideline, and overthrows her receiver by about 15 yards. A quick 3 and out for the Hurricane offense.
What a shame. Had a player wide open. I think the jitters to open up the season just kind of took it away from her. Look to see Lisa go ahead and get that under control, starting back.
I mean, we have our jitters. Oh, we have a turnover, not quite. Fumble on the punt as LeMay and Lloyd recovers it for a 4-yard loss. But even as broadcasters, we get our own jitters. And you probably said it right perfectly. Lisa Pink probably just getting her feet wet, settling in. It's a long season. That was just the first 3 plays. She's going to get it right for the rest of the game. And for Kentucky has a brand new AD tonight with Eugene the Ace with his first game as an AD. Hats off to the young man.
Always love having the honor to be able to call an AD's first game. So hoping to see if he gets his justice tonight.
TJ Cunnington in the shotgun, play action. He's rolling right, fires it back left over the middle field, has a man wide open, and it is drop fumble. And it is our first turnover of the night. The Miami Hurricane defense coming up big. Dominic, we may be looking at a review to see if this was even a catch.
If you're gonna ask me for my honest opinion, it looks like has been caught. A play has been made to advance the ball. That looks to me like that's going to be a fumble all day.
They are going to review it after that replay. It looked like his knee might have been down as he was reaching forward with the ball.
I don't know.
That's close. That's close.
Oh, it almost feels like it's bang, bang. This is going to be our best view. That ball looks like it's still in possession as that knee's going down. This might come back.
And the play is reversed. Typically, when the play gets reviewed, it's going to be reversed on plays like that. So Kentucky catches a little bit of a break there. TJ Cunnington in the shotgun. Hands off to Cole Marks. Marks running left up the middle, lowers his shoulder, gets 8 yards, sets up 2nd and 2.
Not a bad first run for the season for Cole Marks. Gonna be interesting watching him get fired up and see if he can break some tackles and bounce one out for the crib.
Cunnington on the read option decides to keep it, running right, has a lane, throws a nasty stiff arm, and Cunnington with a nice 14-yard gain. The junior from Billings, Montana, showing up early.
Oh, and if you're a family of Avery James, you don't want to look and watch that tattoo there. What a stick delivered by Cunnington on that.
Receiver goes in motion behind Cunnington. Play action. He fires it to the receiver in motion. Broken tackle. Cuts it out. And D. Harris for 14 yards. The Wildcat offense is on the move.
Said after having the bubble on the punt and the bad first play, it looks like Kentucky's really kind of got it settled down right now.
Cunnington back behind him in the pistol. Takes the snap, play action, fakes to Marks, fires it to the flat and knocked away by Jordan Johnson. Good deflection by the defender.
Said Miami's finally got a little bit of life on this drive. Nice to see them hold that down. Let's see if they can keep them out of field goal range.
We have a Twitch update coming shortly. Cunnington hands off to Marks. Marks met in the hole for no gain. 3rd and 10 coming up. And over on Twitch, a 14-yard touchdown run by Himoteo Del Este as Oklahoma takes an early lead 7-0 on Virginia Tech with 6:54 left in the first quarter. Marks takes the snap. Miami sending pressure. Marks fading away, fires it into no man's land. The only one near him was Jordan Johnson on the underthrow. And they're in a little bit of no man's land. It wouldn't shock me if they're going for it, but they are going to punt it and play the field position. Maybe we can get a for the brand moment here.
Looks like for the brand is not in our call for the first punt. No worries whatsoever. Miami's now going to have a chance to go ahead and trot back out here. They're going to have some decent field position to start off the drive. Let's see if Lisa Pink can get those feet set. It can really establish a drive and get some points on the board.
Yeah, and you said it, Dominic. Lisa Pink and TJ Cunnington, as Pink drops back, fires to her right, has a man on a corner route, goes up, catches it, Daniel Brown for first down. Lisa Pink and TJ Cunnington are two very good quarterbacks in this league. They've been around for a while. But I look at this game and I see Bo Yost versus Cole Marks, and I expect both of these teams to run the ball and run the ball a lot. Pink hands off to Yost, and Yost is met behind the line for a 2-yard loss, sets up a 2nd and long.
You know, Kate, to piggyback off that, I absolutely love that evaluation right there. I really do think that Bo Yost versus Cole Marks could be the nail in the coffin decider for this game tonight. Both offenses love to run and get this ball on the ground moving.
2-by-2 set, Pink in the shotgun. Play action to Yost, steps back, fires it to the right, into the stands, avoids the turnover, plays for 3rd down, 3rd and 12 coming up.
Now, if you're asking me, and I'm a little particular, I would love to see Ryan Campbell go ahead and get a big boy tight end catch on this drive.
We always love the big boy tight end catches. Pink fires it over the middle, has a man streaking down the seams. Nick Morrow for 39 yards, well into Kentucky territory.
Not exactly how I dialed it up, but I always do love a good seam beater just right on the hash. Absolutely just turned it upfield and said, someone come get me.
Kentucky sat in that cover 3 defense. Miami went 4 verticals. The seams are always open against cover 3. Miami capitalized. 2 receivers set, 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Yost offset to the right. Pink takes the snap. Looking, fires it to Yost out of the backfield. Yost catches it, turns upfield, and gets 7 yards on first down, 2nd and 3.
So definitely liking what I'm seeing out of Miami on this drive. Lisa's now got it where she likes it, where she wants it. She's seeing the field clearly. She's got time back there to make the right read. The Kentucky defense really is going to have to step up and really force some stops here if they don't want to allow any points.
It's a methodical drive. I understand when they have the big 40-yard gain down the seams, but again, take what the defense is going to give you. And if the defense is going to give you that big one, take it. Pink takes the snap, looking, fires it into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Jalen Irvin, his first of the night. Miami takes the early lead.
Hey, okay, do me a favor. I need you to pick up the phone because I'm pretty sure you just called it. You take what the defense gives you. You've got some open space to the outside. Just an easy pitch and catch. Put it out there to where only the receiver can get it. That is how you execute, and that's how you get points on the board. What a methodical, excellent drive by Miami. Now it's time for TJ Cunnington and co. to come out and prove that they can put points on the board, and they can also match up with this Miami offense.
And you're asking a lot of the safety right there. I believe that might have either been Jared Klein or Taj Washington on the coverage. He was covering 2 guys in that back end zone. You're asking a lot from him, and that was easy pitch and catch for Lisa Pink. And now Kentucky has to respond.
I think Miami can go back and do some research. I want to say that you're right that was Taj Washington out there in coverage.
2-by-2 set. Marks offsets Cunnington to the left. Takes the snap, delayed draw to Marks. Marks up the middle, gets 3 yards, sets up 2nd and 3.
A rumble for 3 yards, but an absolute tattoo on that come down. What a hammer. I don't think I saw who exactly got that, but what a hit.
Trips open set, Marks to the left. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it to the right, has a man on a flat route. Deshaun Booker's first catch of the night, sets up a 3rd and 3.
Got to imagine that Cunnington wanted to get that out just a little bit quicker so he can give him time to get upfield and try to pick up more than 7.
2-by-2 set, Cunnington takes the snap, running a screen pass to Marks. Marks does not hold on to the ball. Jordan Johnson there once again. I think that was Jordan Johnson. It might not have been. But either way, the Miami defenders, Demetrius Mann was there from the jump. Bad screen call on 3rd and short, sets up a punting situation for Kentucky.
Well, Kate, you know what they say about the screen. 60% of the time, it works every time.
This is not Anchorman. I love it, though. I love it. For some reason, Miami lets the punt roll all the way past them, and they're going to have 1st and 10 on the 15.
A little bit of a head-scratch decision.
Yeah, you got to catch that. Pink hands off to Yost in the pistol. Yost gets 2 yards on 1st down, sets up a 2nd and 8.
We'll see. Hopefully, Miami takes a page out and studies, because on that 3rd and 3, I'd like to see more of a run to try to get it on the ground and pick it up. I think Miami's going to try to start running more too.
It wouldn't shock me if we see a lot of Yost on this drive, but Pink fires it into the sideline. Might have had a receiver open on the curl route, but decides to play for the next down. 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, curl route looked to me like it was open. Maybe it was just slightly overthrown.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun takes the snap, looking, fires it to the right, down the sideline, into coverage, and Dante Samuel with the deflection says, not my way, Pink. Punt that ball back to us.
Gotta love to see that pass break up there by the Kentucky defense. And Lisa Pink took a shot on that throw as well. Hopefully those ribs are gonna hold up throughout the night.
And because of the poor decision by Miami to not field the punt, Kentucky on the punt return, Lamandon Lloyd, 21 yards, sets the Wildcats up in perfect field position.
No, Lamandon Lloyd is always somebody who can be absolutely just dynamic in the return game. I wouldn't be surprised to see something just get busted out by the end of this game.
Cunnington, 2 receivers to the top, runs a bubble screen into traffic, and it is picked off. No one is going to catch him. 20, 10, touchdown, Hurricanes. An absolute backbreaker right there as number 47, Bubba Sharpless, takes it nearly 70 yards to the house and busts it open for the Hurricanes.
And I'll tell you what, Kate, Bubba read that like a book and took it back to the crib like a bad Christmas present. What a dynamic play there. Just wow. Miami is looking to bust it open early. Kentucky has got to find some answers here, fast and in a hurry.
If you're looking at these 2 teams, Dominic, these were 2 of the Final 4 teams from last season. Miami and Kentucky were both in the semifinals. Miami lost to the eventual champion USC Trojans, and Kentucky lost to the runner-ups in Texas A&M. So both of these teams have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder this season to show that, hey, we're going to get back. 10 and 15 might not be where we should be ranked right now.
Oh, no, absolutely agreed. Both teams have a lot to prove.
Cunnington, pump fake, fires it downfield into traffic. Avery James with the deflection. Cunnington starting to force things a little bit for the Wildcats.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to think that Cunnington's kind of stuck in his head right now, but absolutely just need to dial it down and just do what you know.
Empty formation. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it to his left, has a man on an out route, broken tackle, lowers his shoulder. Teddy Legend, 16 yards. His first catch of the night. First down, Wildcats.
That's exactly what you want to see. See some base plays. Nice to see the corner getting out there on the field and showing some offensive love too as well. But just this is how you've got to play it. Just take what they're giving you, keep itself together, keep composure, and just go get points.
2-by-2 set. Cunnington, left hash, takes the snap, He's looking, fires it over the middle, and it is dropped by his receiver. Heard footsteps. If you're the Kentucky AD, Eugene, you're probably in Cunnington's ear right now, just calming him down. We are barely halfway through this first quarter. Cunnington takes the snap, play action, stays in the pocket, fires it to his tight end on a flat route, lowers his shoulder, and Deshaun Booker gets 7 yards, sets up a 3rd and short.
Two catches for 10 yards by the tight end. I'm not saying, keep feeding the big guy, but keep feeding the big guy.
You have a thing for tight ends, don't you, Dominic?
What can I say? Played one last year.
Cunnington down the field, into traffic, and Ricky Rack catches it for 31 yards. His first catch of the night. The Wildcats are on the move.
Big catch by Ricky Rack. May not have had the rack involved, but we like sure hands and we like picking up first downs. That is absolutely a big builder for Kentucky. We're almost on the fringe of the red zone. Let's see if they can capitalize.
High formation, 2 receivers to the top. Cunnington under center. Taking his time, reading the defense, calling his audibles. 3-step drop, fires it over the middle, into traffic, knocked away by the defender, sets up a 2nd and 10.
I think he saw a mismatch right off the jump that he was trying to exploit. Should have gave that play a little bit more time to get the routes to develop. Lucky to get that one back.
3 receivers to the top. Cunnington, delayed draw to Marks. Marks running left, lowers his shoulder, gets 3 yards, turns the 2nd and long into a 3rd and relatively manageable at 3rd and 7.
And credit to Avery James. Avery James had that stick worked on him earlier and made sure to get back in good graces and drop the hammer on that tackle.
2-by-2 set. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it over the left side, has a man in traffic, and it is dropped. Great play by the Miami defense to force an incompletion there.
Little bend but don't break action by the defense. I think Miami's happy to hold him to 3 here, pending.
And if you're Kentucky, like you just said, 3 pending, the kick is up, and it is good.
3 points.
I understand that after the pick 6, you feel like you need to force some things, and you saw it on that early drive that Cunnington probably had a ball or 2 that might have been picked. But you do get points, you settle it down, and you give your defense a little bit of a breath. Do you consider that a successful drive for Kentucky?
I mean, is there ever a situation that you go, man, we got 3 points? I hate that. You're always happy to get points. It's still early. It's still a 2-possession game. It's not out of reach. You're just happy to get a baseline and establish that you can also get points as well.
Pink takes the snap, fires it to the left, has a tight end on a sit route. Daniel Brown, you called his name early. His 2nd catch of the night sets up 2nd and 4.
What can I say? I might have a little bit of a soft spot for Daniel Brown this game.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun takes the snap. She's looking, fires it to her right, has a man on a sit-down route again. Darren Sway for 5 yards, move the chains for the Hurricanes.
Well, there's some love to Daniel Brown. There's some love to Darren Sway. Can we complete the D trifecta, and can we get Donovan Walls some love as well on this drive?
2 receivers to the bottom. Pink under center, 3-step drop, looking left, fires it over on a drag route, caught by Jalen Irvin. 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 coming up.
And Bear Brown just bared down on that hit. What a devastating collision across the middle. Ouch. I heard that pop up here.
I think these Kentucky defenders are trying to set the tone right now. Maybe they're trying to force a fumble like they nearly had on their first drive. 3 receivers to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. Takes the snap. She's looking. Fires it to the left side. Has a man on an out route. Caught by Nick Morrow for 10 yards. Into Kentucky territory go the Hurricanes.
Absolutely think that Lisa Pink is just in the pocket right now. Just zen-like with accuracy and precision.
2 backs in the backfield. Pink hands around to Yost. Yost somehow manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage, sets up a 2nd and 10. Teddy Legend on the tackle.
And see, here's one thing that both teams are we were mentioning that it could come down to Bo Yost and Cole Marks. Really haven't seen a lot of production from both players tonight.
I feel like both of these teams have ears in the booth as Pink hands it to Yost. Yost running right. Gets a cool 4 yards, but both of these teams have ears in the booth, and they heard us talking about Bo Yost and Cole Marks, like you said, and they said, nah, this is the Lisa Pink versus TJ Cunnington show tonight.
Can't argue with that astute assessment.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink takes the snap, She's looking, fires it downfield and slightly overthrows her receiver on the seam. Good hold by the Kentucky defense. Miami gonna punt.
Lisa Pink, she's showing 66.6% accuracy on the night. Not a bad stat if you're a quarterback. You like being somewhere in that high 60 to 70% accuracy range. Just a little bit overzealous on that throw. Just a little bit too much wind under it. But, hey, they're doing well. They're showing they're establishing and they're dominating on all assets. They're going to try to keep Kentucky stymied.
Put your twos up in chat. You're watching the CFSL on YouTube, presented by PX1 Sports. And if you're Lisa Pink on that last drive, put that ball exactly where her receiver could get it, not where the defender could get it. It was a good overthrow. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it to his left, has a man on a corner route. Cade Baker for a cool 19 yards. And the Kentucky Wildcats get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
What can I say? Pitch and catch. Those corner routes with big tight ends are just absolutely lethal. Love to see sure hands by Cade Baker hauling that in and picking up the first down.
I've said it every time I'm in the booth. You could run an entire offense successfully with corner routes and comeback routes, and Kentucky showing it right there. 2-by-2 set. Cunnington in the shotgun, fires it to the left, has a man on a slant route, caught by D. Harris for 9 yards. 2nd and 1 coming up.
So I think Kentucky looked at the blueprint of how they got 3 points on that drive. They're taking notes and they're going to keep it rolling. Love to see if they can keep that execution going on this drive.
Two receivers to the top, one to the bottom. Cunnington hands off to Marks. Marks running left, broken tackle, lowers his shoulder, spins, gets 4 yards, sets up a first down.
Oh, looked like Cole was going to be tackled a little bit short by the would-be tackler, but good way shaking it off and picking up and converting for the first down.
Avery James racks up his 5th tackle tonight. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Marks offset to the right. Cunnington takes the snap. He's looking. Fires it downfield. Has a man on a crosser. Caught by Ricky Rack for 20 yards. And the Hurricane territory. Go the Wildcats.
And Ricky Rack finally got a little bit of rack action on that open catch. Nice way of getting in there, just sitting down, not trying to get, too overzealous and try to shake it off. Picked up the first down. The Wildcats are moving right now. See if the Hurricanes can go ahead and stymie this offense right now.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington takes the snap. Looking, fires it left, has a man over the middle, caught by Lament and Lloyd, met immediately for a nice Tony 10, sets up a 2nd and inches.
I was wondering when we were gonna get our first Tony 10.
I love getting Tony 10s mainly because I've been told that every time we say it, Tony hates it. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Cunnington takes the snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man caught in traffic, and Harlan Hendrickson, a little bit of alliteration there, with his first catch of the night, 5-yard first down.
It looks like the Wildcats are getting everybody included, and they are just sharing the ball in bunches. Love to see this execution.
2 tight end set. Cunnington play action to Marks, getting pressured as he's thrown, and throws it out of bounds away from the defender, sets up a 2nd and 10.
You're happy to see that being thrown away. Live to see another play. Little bit dicey, but we like it.
Empty set. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it over the middle into traffic, and it is caught, and he is absolutely leveled. Lamendon Lloyd with the catch. 1st and goal, Wildcats.
Forget the catch. TJ Cunnington put that on a frozen rope. Wow.
2-by-2 set. Cunnington takes the snap, looking right, decides to step up, and he is brought down for the first sack of the night. Heath Mormon getting in the stat sheet.
Hey, right now we are right where we want to be. Both teams are fighting for every single inch. We're going to see just who wants it more here. This is starting to get really interesting right now.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun. Decides to hand it off to Marks. Marks running up the middle, has a lane, breaks a tackle, gets 6 yards, sets up a 3rd and goal on the 5.
Good run there by Cole Marks. I don't know if I agree with that, trying to get east-west there. Just drop your shoulder and pick up as many yards as you can.
We need some more north-south runners. Enough of this east-west stuff. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cunnington in the shotgun, takes a snap, looking, fire, does not fire, and he is brought down again. Demetrius Mann's first sack of the night is going to back the Wildcats up and make them settle for 3.
And man, what a sack when you need it the most. They get the stop. We're expecting that Kentucky's going to come out kicking for 3 here, but just an absolute stop needed at that moment. Oh my, that's impressive.
if Kentucky doesn't take the sack there, if it's a throwaway by Cunningham, they were in a spot where they could theoretically go for it and pin the Hurricanes back deep as the field goal is up and good, if by some chance they didn't get it. But you settle for 3 there. You make it a one-possession game again with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And if you're Kentucky, the offense is starting to get going. You just need to punch it in when you get into the end zone or in the red zone.
Oh no, absolutely. You're now showing that you've settled down. You can establish your drive. You can move the ball. You just got to finish it where it matters. I agree. If they don't take that sack, I like risking it on 4th down. You either score or you've got their backs against the wall.
Pink takes the snap, hands off to Yost, running left, cuts it up, and brought down for a 6-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 4.
Well, if you're Miami, you've got to be looking and seeing that your lead is shrinking more and more. You still have plenty of time to end the second quarter. Look to see if they get the ball on the ground more.
The receivers to the bottom, one to the top. Pink takes the snap. She's looking, fires it to her right into traffic, and it's the turf. Incomplete pass. Good job by the Kentucky defense. 3rd and short.
You know, Lisa hasn't been making a lot of head-scratching decisions all night, but I got to admit that one was very sketchy.
Receiver in motion. Pink in the shotgun. Yost to the left. Pink takes the snap. Screen pass to Yost. Running left. Has to lower his shoulder. Flattens a man, but got 3. Needed 4. 4th down coming up. Expect the Hurricanes to punt.
60% of the time, it works every time. And unfortunately, that was just the one time that it just couldn't get it together.
Well, to be fair, it hasn't worked yet for either team, the screen pass. So I'm waiting to see when that 60% is going to come in here, Dominic.
It's good for every once in a while. We're just getting the 40 out.
Oh my goodness, Kentucky, Lamandon Lloyd, his 2nd awesome punt return tonight. 31 yards to put the Wildcats into Hurricane territory. And look at this game summary right now. You look at the point differential, that's basically the only thing that's in favor of Miami. This Kentucky Wildcat offense has done a great job moving the ball. Cunningham takes the snap, fires it to his back out of the backfield, and Cole Marks, I guess he was seeing ghosts, decided to hurdle his way to the sideline, 2nd and 12.
It seemed to me like Cole had a case of the yips there.
He may have been a little nervous of getting hit. Cunningham on the read option, decides to keep it, running right, lowers his shoulder, nasty stiff arm, 7-yard gain, sets up a 3rd and 5.
Man, TJ is just bouncing kids out of the club tonight. That is a grown man run and a grown man punishment. Man.
A lot like how Derrick Henry bounced Josh Norman off the turf. Cunningham takes the snap, fires it to Marks out of the backfield on a screen pass, and Marks gets 3 yards, sets up a 4th and 3. Kentucky could be in a spot where they would go for it. They're in a little bit of no man's land.
Now look at that. Hold on.
And they are going to go for it. 2 receivers to the top, tight end receiver to the bottom. Tight end goes in motion. Cunningham takes the snap, bubble screen, has a man caught, and it is brought down immediately. Ricky Rat goes nowhere, and that is a turnover on downs for the Wildcats.
Hey, Cade.
Yes.
You know how they say 60% of the time?
That still hasn't worked yet.
We're still on that 40 right now.
We're still on that 40. The 40% is still hitting right now. We're waiting to see if something else happens. We have a Twitch update coming here in just a second. Lisa Pink fires over the middle, has a man on a slant. Nick Morrow for 13 yards. They had the Hurricanes on the move.
4 receptions, 64 yards, averaging 16 per touch. That is an explosive level of consistency.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink fires it out of the backfield to Yost for a 4-yard loss. Yost probably should have dropped that one. Just a little bit of situational awareness there. And over on Twitch, it is a 3-yard touchdown run by William Avery as Oklahoma extends their lead over Virginia Tech 14-3, just under 3 minutes left in the second. Yost running left, lowers the shoulder, gets 3 yards, sets up a 3rd and 11.
You know, I was gonna make a comment. I was like, you know, we haven't heard anything about that other game over there on the Twitch. Was wondering if we were gonna get any updates.
It seems like both of these games are pretty defensively driven right now. Pink fires to Yost on the screen. Yost running left, and he does not get there. We live in the 40% instead of the 60. It is a 4th down coming up for Miami, and they will be punting.
Oh, what a stand. Both teams are just smacking each other in the mouth on defense. It has slowed down, and it is such a defensive man's game.
We nearly had a for the brand moment, but it rolls into the end zone. But Dominic, both of these teams, it's a top 15 matchup. So you know the quality that you're going to get with these teams. And you also have a first-time AD in Eugene. And we know as first-time ADs, it's always tough to figure out what we're going to do. And LeMandon Lloyd, probably the most spectacular 3-yard catch we're going to see tonight.
Oh, no, so LeMandon Lloyd's just doing everything tonight possible to try to give this team a spark. Electric catching, electric in the return game, just everything.
Gunnington in the shotgun. Fires it on a bubble screen, has a blocker, does not get around it, gets 1 yard. And just to elaborate a little more, it's a top 15 matchup. We know what quality these teams are. It's just which one of these teams is going to break first. Early, it seemed like Kentucky, but Kentucky started to stand up as of late. Gunnington fires it down the field into one-on-one coverage, and Jack Jones with the deflection is going to force another Kentucky punt.
Man, the punters are absolutely getting their workouts tonight. I expect to see both punters on the cryotherapy chamber post-game.
Punters are people too. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Miami fields the punt, gets up to about their own 45 on an 11-yard return by Nick Morrow. Lisa Pink and Bo Yost going to go back to work.
Oh, of course, punters are people too. We just look at them a little different.
They're like that. They're like the redheaded stepchild. You there, but Pink takes the snap. She's looking, fires it to the left, has a man on a deep out route. Daniel Brown for 18 yards into Kentucky territory.
And Daniel Brown's 3 reception, 34 yards. Absolutely just trying to do everything as well. Absolute good stop though on that defense possession. I believe that was Jared Klein that got the stop on that. Absolutely not letting anything else develop out of that.
We have another Twitch update coming. You just said what was going on. We got another one coming. Pink hands off to Yost. Yost running right, met immediately for a 2-yard gain, sets up 2nd and 8. And Virginia Tech punches it into the end zone. A 16-yard touchdown pass to Ahmad Williams as Virginia Tech closes the gap 14-10 with just over 1 minute left in the first half.
Good.
Pink in the shotgun, fires it to the right, has a tight end on a sit route, and it is a first down. Hurricanes. Ryan Campbell, his first catch of the night.
I've got nothing to add in here, Kate. I'm gonna let you take over for a second.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking. She fires it to the right into the stands. 3 defenders for 2 receivers. Not what you like to see if you're Miami.
No, you don't like what you see. But if you're somebody in the stands, you just got gifted a nice take-home gift. Hopefully, they can get out of the stadium with the ball.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking, fires it on a drag route. Has a man, brought down Darren Sway for 5 yards, sets up a 3rd and 5.
All right, you got to like what you're seeing right here if you're Miami. You already know that you should be pretty much well in 3-point range, but you got to imagine they're wanting to extend this lead back out.
Points are in their back pocket, barring a sack. But if you're Miami, you want more than just a field goal. Pink into the end zone and just out of the reach of Jalen Irvin. It was a hair too long by Lisa Pink.
I'm baffled that we're not even getting a replay on that.
I know that. I mean, he caught it. It's just, did he get his foot down? But obviously the refs don't care what we think, as Miami gets their first field goal of the night to extend the lead 17-6. I mean, if you're Miami, you are now 1 for 7 on 3rd downs. That's not what you want to see if you're Yost and the Miami Hurricanes. You don't want to see that.
No, but if you're Kentucky, you are also happy to only let that result in 3. The corner that was over on that receiver, absolutely just full set on a corner blitz. They are lucky to get that to fall in their favor.
Just over 1 minute left. Empty set. Cunnington decides to call his own number, running up the middle, lowers his shoulder, gets a Tony 10, the first timeout by the Wildcats.
You hear that? I think Tony somewhere is not having a good time.
No, he's not. He's gritting his teeth. 2x2 set. Cunnington in the shotgun, takes a snap. He's looking, fires it to Marks out of the backfield. Marks gets the catch up to the 45. No timeout called. Is Kentucky going to go hurry up, or are they content just running the clock?
I would think you'd want to hurry up, or at least utilize what you have. They're letting the clock just kind of burn out. We'll see if it develops.
maybe they're taking the approach of they don't want Miami to get the ball back at all. Cunnington takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has a man on a slant route, caught by Ricky Rack for 11 yards. The second timeout for the Wildcats.
Oh, and Kate, you're absolutely right. If you're Kentucky, you want to punch this in the end zone with zeros on the clock. You don't want to let them have the ball.
Cunnington takes the snap, fires it to the left, has a man on a sit route, caught by LeMay and Lloyd for 6 yards. Now the Kentucky Wildcats will go hurry up.
There we go. Now we're starting to play with a little bit of up-tempo.
2-by-2 set. Cunnington takes a snap, fires it to the left, has a man on a sit route, broken tackle, and he does not get out of bounds. LeMay Lloyd for 17 yards, just outside of the red zone on the Wildcats.
Who else? And that puts LeMay Lloyd on the 50 yards for the game.
2-by-2 set. Cunnington takes a snap, fires it into the end zone, has a man, and he is wide open. D. Harris for 21 yards. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Nice to finally see Kentucky find the end zone, but now here comes the more tricky question. Did you leave too much time on the clock for Lisa Pink and company to go march down the field?
Out. I mean, yeah, I think that's all contingent upon the kick return. If Miami can get a decent kick return, they're easily going to go for it. But if Kentucky does a good job covering it here, we could very easily see just a Bo Yost run, and we're going to get to half. Taking it up the left side, right up the hash, up to about the 30-yard line is Bo Yost. So 23 seconds, 3 timeouts. It wouldn't shock me if Miami wanted to go try to get some points.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Lisa Pink here, you take a shot, you feel it out, you gauge it, kind of play it off that.
Pink under center, Yost behind, tight end in motion. Pink on the 7-step drop, fires it over the middle, has a man wide open, caught by Nick Morrow. First timeout, Hurricanes. They're going for him.
And right as expected, took a shot, tested the waters. They like what they're seeing.
Pink under center, Yost behind, 3-step drop by Pink, fires it on a slant, and it is broken up by the defender. Probably a good incomplete pass for the Hurricanes.
Oh, absolutely. You're happy to let that just fall harmlessly. Take another shot, loop, see another play.
The receivers to the bottom, one to the top. Pink in the shotgun. She's looking, she gets pressured, and she is brought down for a loss of 9 yards. Sacked on the play. Great job by the Kentucky defense.
Head scratching by the timeout call there.
Pink fires it downfield, has a man streaking, and it is caught by Nick Morrow for just under 40-yard gain. Morrow over the century mark, up to the 23.
We know it's a good thing they don't pay me for my opinion because they absolutely made me look like a fool.
And Pink into the end zone, touchdown! Darren Sway making the Wildcats pay for leaving time on the clock. The Hurricanes move and strike fast.
That is a crushing blow going into half if you're Kentucky. You finally find the end zone, you establish a touchdown for yourself. Unfortunately, the defense just kind of doesn't rise to the occasion and just allows Miami to match points, making your touchdown completely irrelevant heading into half.
And they had Taj Washington back there in coverage, but they also had another walk-on safety. And it was into double coverage for Darren Sway, and it was just a well-placed ball by Lisa Pink. The safeties didn't get their head around. It was a back shoulder. Perfect throw. And you look at these total yards. Kentucky is right there. But Kentucky has settled for 2 field goals super close to the red zone. Miami has capitalized on touchdowns. And that return will take us to the half. An electric ending. The number 10 Miami Hurricanes lead the number 15 Kentucky Wildcats 24-13. You are watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports on YouTube. Dominic, halftime report, man. What did we just witness? What are we thinking?
We've witnessed a little bit of it all. We've seen players getting smacked in the mouth by the defense. We've seen TJ Cunnington smack defenders in the mouth. We've seen some really close, 3 and outs. Miami and Lisa Pink has just found good moments and good execution to just widen the gap. They've taken control. Kentucky is still fighting. They're not out of it. This is the type of top 15 matchup you want to see, and we're just going to have to see if Kentucky can get some fire, see if Eugene can go in there and light a fire going in, and if Miami is going to come out and take the foot off the gas and just kind of let it slide.
And let's not forget that this Hurricane team, as you see, heavily in favor of the passing yards from Miami. Not what you want to see if you're Bo Yost, but this Hurricane scoring barrage got started by a Bubba Sharpless pick six. So they're doing it offensively and they're doing it defensively. The one turnover for Kentucky's killer. They're winning the time of possession. They're right there in the passing yards. They're winning the rushing yards, but they are not winning where it matters, and that is in the score column.
Now, Cade, if you're Kentucky, I want to see them coming out being aggressive, not settling for three. They're gonna have to get this. They're gonna have to get this gap as down as possible.
And a good 23-yard return by Kentucky to set up their offense just inside of the 25. 2-by-2 set. Cunnington in the shotgun. Marks to the left. Cunnington calls his audibles. Fires it on a bubble screen, and it is met immediately. Caught by D. Harris, but a questionable call by the Kentucky Wildcats.
Questionable calls and still living in the 40%. That seems to be the vibe of the evening. The CFSL is the home of the screenplays. We're hoping to find a 60%er here at some point.
We're living in that 40% range like we talked about. One receiver to the top, one to the bottom, 2 tight ends set. Cunnington hands to Marks. Marks running left, and he is met immediately. 2-yard gain by the Wildcats, sets up a 3rd and 8.
And Avery James with his 8th tackle of the game absolutely is just making it a nightmare for the Kentucky offense.
He's being a ball hawk back there right now, laying the wood. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man wide open, behind the coverage. Can he outrun it? Not quite. Harlan Hendrickson for 66 yards sets up a 1st and goal for Kentucky.
Absolute beautiful dot over the middle. Hendrickson just didn't have enough gas in the tank to get it over. Hawked down by 3 Hurricane defenders. That is the kind of swing you want to see if you're Kentucky.
And that was just a great play call. It wasn't like it was a uber impressive throw. Don't get me wrong, it was a great throw. But he was behind the defenders. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington fires it to Marks out of the backfield on a Texas route. Or Ricky Morales, I believe that is a walk-on. Oh, we love walk-on love. You got to get in there, Ricky. Earn your scholarship.
Oh, walk-on. Wait, walk-ons are like punters. They're humans too, and they also deserve all the love.
Marks is back in the game, flanking Cunnington to the left, decides to keep the ball, and he takes it in. Cole Marks into the end zone for his first time in season 22. Kentucky closes the gap. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Well, we are looking at pending. It could be a 4-point differential. You've got to be excited seeing this if you're Kentucky. We're going to have to see if the defense can come back and fix the mistakes, but you have got to love that drive if you're the Wildcats.
That was about as perfect as you could get out of the second half, out of the first drive of the second half. If you're Kentucky, I'll say 23-10 Tech with 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, nice to have you back in the booth. Seems like you're little.
See, okay. Yeah, see, I knew I was lagging a little bit. I'll do that Twitch update in just a sec. Pete fires it to the right, has a screen pass, and is caught by Jalen Irvin. If you missed it, it was a 5-yard touchdown run by William Avery. Oklahoma extends it to a 14-point lead, 24-10 on Virginia Tech with 5 minutes and 42 seconds in the 3rd quarter.
Not good.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap, play action to Yost. Fires it to the right side and just out of the reach of her receiver, and we have another Twitch update coming right after this play. They're coming fast and they're coming hard. No pause. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, hands off to Yost. Yost running right, gets 3 yards, sets up a 4th and 6. Over on Twitch, a 73-yard touchdown pass to Ahmad Williams as Virginia Tech hits right back, gets it to 24-17 with just under 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Wow, that was a mouthful. As Kentucky, LeMandon Lloyd making an early conversation for All-American punt returner, seems to be 1 or 2 steps away from taking one of these to the house.
Well, I mean, Kate, it's exactly like I said it in the first quarter. LaManda Lloyd is absolutely going to be a problem on kick returns and punt returns. It's just absolutely electric. All it can take is one shake, and LaManda can absolutely go yard. He's just one shake or shimmy away from absolutely flipping the game on its head.
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cunnington in the shotgun. Takes the snap, and he is brought down by his ankles. Sacked for a 5-yard loss. Heath Mormon's second sack of the night.
Yeah, Heath Mormon and Bubba Wadsworth both got back there and was absolutely sending pressure. Just absolutely was not letting anything establish.
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. 2 backs in the backfield with Cunnington. Cunnington takes the snap. Pump fakes. Looking deep downfield. Into traffic, and it is deflected by Jack Jones. Sets up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, it feels like we're back on that trying to push it and trying to get uncomfortable in these situations. You've got to just maybe settle down.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington into traffic, and it is caught. What a catch by Kentucky and Harlan Hendrickson. Who is this man? First down, Wildcats.
Well, Cade, I'm starting to think that Eugene's got a bug up here because every time I say something, it is immediately flipped on my head to make me look incredible and not accurate in the slightest. Just, wow, what a play.
I got to see who is this dude. As it is a caught by D. Harris for a 1-yard loss on the play. The 3-star, 6-foot freshman. Have a day, Harlan Hendrickson. This is a previous play, not that one to D. Harris, but young man, what an awakening for him.
Hendrickson said, "You don't know me, you're about to."
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cunnington decides to keep it. Met immediately, somehow gets back to the line of scrimmage.
I would like to take a moment to say, settle down and play it safely. But knowing the pattern, I'm pretty sure I'm about to be made a liar.
2 receivers to the top. Tight end in motion to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking. Fires it into the end zone. Deflected by Avery James. His 3rd deflection of the night.
9 tackles, 3 deflections. What is he not doing out there on defense? Have a day, you dog.
The kick is up, and the kick is good as Kentucky closes it to a 1-point game. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Hurricanes are clinging to their lead.
What once was a 2-possession lead is now down to 1 singular point. Lisa Pink and company are gonna have to wait. I was about to say, I think we're about to have an excellent return here. But yeah, Lisa Pink, Bo Yost, and company are just going to have to come out here, and they're going to have to do what they do best.
Empty formation. 3 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. Takes the snap. And it is caught by Daniel Brown for 12 yards. First down, Hurricanes.
That's the 4th catch for Daniel Brown on the night, and a fun name to keep saying each and every time.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. Fires it on a bubble screen into traffic. And Taj Washington with the deflection. This Kentucky defense is starting to feel themselves.
You can almost feel the hostile takeover in Miami right now. Kentucky is fired.
2 to the top. Yost motioning to the right. Pink has a man on a sit-down route. Broken tackle and flattened. Nick Morrow on the catch, but he paid the price.
Teddy Legend just absolutely said, "Oh, you don't want to go down? Sit down right there, young fella." What a hammer. These defenses are just giving everybody the work tonight.
And this is a big 3rd down for the Miami Hurricanes. Currently 2 for 9. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking, fires it deep downfield, has a man wide open, caught by Ryan Campbell inside the 5. 1st and goal, Hurricanes.
If there's anything in this plane of existence that makes me excited, it is big boy tight ends making big boy plays. And that was the shot that they needed. Ryan Campbell hauls it in. We are sitting just outside the 5. Miami's not backing down.
Three receivers to the top. Pink in the shotgun. Hands off to Yost. Yost running left, lowers his shoulder. Touchdown, Miami Hurricanes.
Well, now you've got both offenses have a rushing touchdown. So we have established Cole Marks and Bo Yost are still part of these offenses moving forward. It's not just the TJ Covington and Lisa Pink show, but Miami absolutely needed that answer there. You establish the drive. You have a couple questionable moments, but you still get it done when it's needed the most. That was an emphatic statement that they needed.
And it was a great drive, like you just said, by Miami. It is still a one-possession game, but it's now back up to 8. You feel like you have a little bit of a cushion against the Kentucky team that is starting to wake up. They're starting to get going. That motor is now running well into the third quarter.
I think starting to was a long time ago. This Kentucky offense is just different.
2-by-2 set, Cunningham, play action, fires it over the middle, has a man on a sit route, caught by LeMan Lloyd, 7-yard gain.
Who else? LeMan Lloyd is just everywhere doing everything at this point for Kentucky.
It is a 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 backs in the backfield with Cunningham. Motions the fullback out. Pump fakes, looking downfield, fires it, has a man behind the coverage, and he is going to walk into the end zone. LeMan Lloyd, 68-yard touchdown, Wildcats.
Hey, Cade, do you think LeMan Lloyd is making a case for Player of the Week, or am I trying to feed the nothingness here?
I think he's making a case for offense. He's making a case for all-purpose. He's doing everything tonight. Cunningham on the 2-point conversion. Ricky Rack putting his body on the line. We have a tie game in the Miami Gardens. 31-31, just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Well, Cade, I don't know if you feel it too, but the rumbling here in this stadium is getting almost to a fever pitch. Both teams don't know what's going on, and it is just a 12-round slugfest.
And Yost doing his best LeMan Lloyd impression on the return. 33 yards as we see some highlights of Lisa Pink airing it out. And I tell you what, Dominic, we couldn't have asked for a better 6:30 time slot game on Thursday night to end week 1. This has been a phenomenal game, top to bottom.
There are fireworks galore. I'm having a good time. I'm with one of my favorite play callers to listen to with Cade. We are all just having a good fun here. I want to give credit to everybody in chat who's also hanging out and spending time with us. We are all witnessing magic in the 6:30 time slot here on YouTube.
It has been a great night, but it is not over yet. 3 receivers to the top. Yost behind Pink. Pink takes the snap. She's looking, fires it to the right into traffic, and it is finding its way to the turf. Hit about 7 players on the way down. 2nd and 10.
That ball was playing a wild game of hot potato. I was wondering who's coming away with that.
Full house set in the backfield with Pink. She decides to run a triple option, pitches it to Yost, and he's got room. Decides to lower his shoulder, gets 15 yards into Kentucky territory, almost to 40 yards on the night for Yost.
Ooh, absolute beautiful option call there, but Lisa absolutely got tattooed for her efforts. Hopefully that doesn't come into a factor later on in the game.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man. In the numbers is Daniel Brown. 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 coming up.
That right there puts Daniel Brown over the 50-yard for the game mark. Absolutely having a game himself.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Yost behind Pink in the pistol. Pink takes the snap. She's looking. Fires it to the right side into the stands. Didn't have anybody open. Plays for 3rd down.
Now here looking at 3rd and 3. Ball's not that far off. It's a pretty long 3. I want to see them keep it on the ground and try to fight for the first.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink, play action to Yost. She is pressured and brought down immediately. Vincenzo DeVito, untouched. His first sack of the night. 4th and 10 coming up.
Oh, it's Vinny time here in Miami. Just absolutely screamed off the edge and did not let anything go there. Kentucky needed that stop, and boy, what a stop.
And we just saw a flash on the bottom of the screen of the total yards. Kentucky, we don't have a for the brand moment. Kentucky has dominated this game in terms of total yards, and you have to think that them settling for field goals early might come back to bite them if it comes down to a one-possession game. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun, Marks to his left. Cunnington takes the snap. He's looking, fires it to the right side, dropped, and out of the hands of his receiver. Lucky that it finds the turf.
Absolutely, because that could have been an absolute pickup there by Dan Hansen to snatch that out of the air.
2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Cunnington takes the snap. He's looking, fires it downfield, has a man wide open. Nasty stiff arm by Ricky Rack. 21-yard gain. Move them chains.
And I'll go ahead and say it for everybody else who's getting ready to. Rack. What a play. Avery James picking up his 10th tackle, by the way. Absolutely having a game himself.
And if you are Kentucky, TJ Cunnington has gone over the 400-yard mark tonight. He is having himself one heck of a start to season 22. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom, screen pass, and it is going to get the first down, but there is a flag. And it is the dreaded clipping. So we do not break out of that 40%. We stay there in the 40% of it. Doesn't work. And Kentucky in the wrong direction.
I was so happy. I was ready to have my moment, and taken away from me.
We have a Twitch update coming up after this play as a twin set tight to the line. Cunnington takes the snap, looking, fires it deep downfield. Caught! The defender missed him. Touchdown, Lamandon Lloyd, 67 yards.
Have a day, big fella. Lamandon Lloyd is him.
Wow. I mean, what a play by Cunnington. What a play by Lloyd. As over on Twitch, a 1-yard touchdown run by Maxwell Orndorff as Virginia Tech has tied it up. 27-27 with 7:47 left in the fourth quarter.
Good.
And an absolute nasty pancake block on the return. If you're Miami, there might be some siren bells going off right now. You led big and you led early, but Kentucky has their first touchdown lead of the day. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, calling her audibles. Takes the snap. She's looking, fires it to the right side, has a man wide open. First down, Hurricanes.
Well, see, I don't want to play against you here and argue, but I gotta imagine. I don't think that there's sirens going off over there on the sidelines for Miami. Anytime that we've had questions, we've had doubts, they have absolutely answered the bell and have just made us look silly. I think Miami feels comfortable still.
I would be perfectly okay looking silly if that's what happens. Pink on the play action, has a man on a drag, lowers the shoulder, breaks the tackle. McMorrow, 8 yards for 2nd and 2.
Man, just everybody is hitting everybody out there hard. We are bouncing people out the club, and we are throwing elbows.
3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Pink in the shotgun, fires it to the left side, has a man on an out route, wide open up to the 30-yard line is Darren Sway. The Hurricanes are on the move.
Said I've got my faith in them unbiasedly. I think they're comfortable, and they are showing us that they are not hearing sirens right now.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking, she fires it into the stands, doesn't have anybody open, plays turnover free football.
No, we just saw that blip across the screen. I love seeing that 16 first downs for Kentucky to 14 for Miami. Both teams are really close there on first down conversions.
2 backs in the backfield. Pink on the play action, fires it to one of the backs, and it is caught by Donovan Wells, but for no yards, sets up a 3rd and long.
And there completes the D trifecta. We finally got Donovan, Daniel, and Darren all to get a play. Happy.
It took till the 3rd quarter to get the triple D going. Pink in the shotgun, decides to step up, fires it while she's running, and caught by Jalen Irvin. They'll give him forward progress. First down, Hurricanes.
See, Lisa had absolutely green grass and daylight. I thought Lisa was getting ready to take off. Lucky that didn't get called for a flag.
Full house in the backfield. Pink hands to Yost. Yost running up the middle. 5-yard gain, sets up a 2nd and 5.
So that puts Bo almost so close to that 50-yard mark. I would really want to see Bo get some more touches here.
3 receivers in a bunch set to the top. Pink in the shotgun. Yost behind, takes the snap. Pink looking. She's looking. She fires it over the middle. Has a man on a drag route, and he is in. Darren Sway, 13-yard touchdown, and the ball's going to midfield for some reason, and the Hurricanes get one back.
I think the ghost that Cole Marks was terrified of earlier is starting to go play their own game on the other end. So we're gonna go study the ball movement down there and what the ghosts are doing, but we're gonna hang tight here for this PAT as Miami answers back as they needed.
And the kick is up, and it is good. And we have 23 seconds left in this third quarter, and we have a tie ball game, 38-38. YouTube on a Thursday night football couldn't get any better. And the kick is going to the 20, to the 25, and Rack brought down at the 26-yard line. If you're Kentucky, just keep doing what you're doing. You've really turned it on this second half.
Oh, you could say that for both teams. What went from a defensive standout is just now an offensive juggernaut showcasing.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom, and it is dropped. An easy pitch and catch by the Kentucky receiver. Didn't want to catch it.
It's just that case of turning your eyes upfield before guaranteeing you have possession of the ball. Mental mistakes.
3 receivers from the top. Cunnington takes a snap, looking, and he is runs into Cole Marks, his own man, but he is brought down by Han King. His first sack of the night, 3rd and 18.
It just feels like both defensive lines are just getting pressure in bunches throughout the night. Both quarterbacks are just absolutely being thrown asunder out there. There's definitely going to need to be some crowd therapy post-game. Both quarterbacks are just getting tattooed.
And that was Han coming on the corner blitz. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom, and that will do it for our third quarter. Get your boards up in chat. We got a good one on YouTube. 38-38, Miami and Kentucky. You are watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. And welcome back to our awesome fourth quarter. We have a Twitch update coming up next. Cunnington in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking, fires it downfield, wide open. Is Deshaun Booker into Miami territory? First down, Wildcats.
Hey, Cade, do you mind if I take the honors real quick one time?
You got it, big man. You got it.
And over there on the Twitch, we have a 15-yard touchdown pass to Ahmad Williams. He's 3rd of the game as Vodtech takes a 34-30 lead on Oklahoma, 4:59 in the 4th.
You wanted to take that because it's your team, huh?
I'm not. I've been advised not to say that, honestly.
You've been advised by legal counsel as a 7-yard run by Cole Marks sets up a 2nd and 3, and empty formation for Kentucky. 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Cunnington in the shotgun, jab steps, looking, fires it downfield, has a man on a crossing route, broken tackle, touchdown Cole Marks in the receiving game. Kentucky is back on top.
Cole Marks on the ground or Cole Marks in the air, does not matter. The kid is getting it done. We are seeing fireworks out here tonight. Both teams are just getting good plays out there, and it can go down to the wire. Both teams are just fighting out here. Call me crazy, Cade. I think whoever has ball last could end up deciding ball game.
I'm not going to call you crazy because my mind was in the exact same place, and we could very easily see 2 Kentucky players up for Offensive Player of the Week, and we could see 2 Kentucky Award winners. TJ Cunnington is closing in on 600 yards passing. What a night by Cunnington.
That's an absolute beautiful start to the season if you're TJ Cunnington, am I right?
Exactly, and I mean, and if you're Eugene the Ace and the AD of Kentucky, I mean, Cunnington, Marks, Lloyd, Ricky Rack, I mean, that is as good of a supporting cast as you could possibly have as your first season as an AD. Pink in the empty shotgun, fires it over the middle, has a man on a crossing route, broken tackle, McMorrow for 14 yards.
Now, to be fair, to get a little bit of unbiased across the board, Lisa Pink and company are also having an incredible game as well. We absolutely give credit to the first-time AD performance over Kentucky, but Miami as well.
Trips bunch to the bottom of the screen. Pink under center takes the snap. She fires it on the drag route, and it is properly dropped. Would have been a loss on the play. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. Sets up 2nd and 10.
Big IQ plays.
And we have another Twitch update coming up. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink hands off to Yost. Yost running right. Yost breaks a tackle, and it is a 5-yard rush. Sets up a 3rd and 5. And we have a big boy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown pass to the defensive end, J.J. Stout, as Oklahoma retakes the lead 37-34 with 3:25 left in the game. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it over the middle, has a man, broken tackle, still going. Ryan Campbell for 16 yards.
Talk about a stout performance over there in that game.
I'm never gonna not laugh at a dad joke. Yes, hilarious. Clap it up, bravo.
I'll be here all night, or at least until they throw us out of the stadium.
They're not going to throw me out. I live here. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Yost in the pistol behind Pink. Pink takes the snap. Hands off to Yost. Yost running left. Yost lowers his shoulder. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Nope, that play right there finally gets Bo Yost over the 50-yard rushing mark. Only took him to the 4th quarter. Still happy to see that performance.
It has been a very quiet night for Bo Yost, and that's not what we expected coming into this game. As Yost gets the carry again, gets up to a 3rd and 1. I expected Miami and Bo Yost to just absolutely dominate on the ground. And with the early lead that they had the opportunity. They just didn't do it.
Well, I absolutely agree. I'll give my take in a second.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink takes the snap, hands off to Yost. Yost again, mean stiff arm. 10-yard rush by Yost. Maybe his gears are going now.
I think both ADs have bugs up here, because as soon as we say something, boom, there it goes. No, I agree. I luckily had the privilege to call a couple of games for both teams last year. Bo Yost absolutely had a phenomenal season last year. I am surprised about the use or lack thereof.
Hand off to Yost again, and that parted like the Red Sea. He gets 6, he gets 8, he gets 10, now he gets 12. 1st and goal, Miami.
I apologize for my outburst. Bo Yost absolutely just made me look silly. Thank you.
2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. She takes the snap. She read option to Yost, and Pink is brought down. Read it the whole way, did the Kentucky defense. Bear Brown, his 2nd TFL of the night.
Bear Brown is having himself a game as well, and is just guaranteeing to bear down on Lisa and not let her have any type of freedom in that backfield.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. Play it. Hands off to Yost. Yost running up the middle. Broken tackle, lowers his shoulder. Just outside of the goal line. Down to the 1 goes Bo Yost.
Palpitation. It's going to be a long one, almost a 1.5. See who bears down and wants it more.
2x2 set. Pink in the shotgun. Hands off to Yost. Yost and goes untouched. Bo Yost, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as Miami gets it back and fixing to tie it up, pending the extra point.
Just like we are deep in the 12th round of a title fight. Just absolute haymaker after haymaker. Both fighters are absolutely gassed. We're slowly getting closer to that bell. Who's gonna want it most? Who's gonna call game?
It's hard to believe that Miami really opened this game up after the pick 6, and now we're looking at it, and it's the defenses haven't shown up at all in the second half. This has become an absolute track meet. We have over 1,000 yards in this game, 90 points combined. I mean, we know what these teams are capable of. I just expected a little bit more defense.
Oh, we absolutely had. We had defense first half. Second half, I'm pretty sure the defenses are still sitting in the locker.
Cunnington on the pump fake, fires it to his man on the right side. Lamandon Lloyd, no other. 26 yards. He's over 200 yards on the night.
I mean, at this point, it's throw it up and let Lamandon Lloyd come down with it. Absolutely lucky for Miami to get a little bit of a body on him to prevent that. Nobody there. Lamandon's going to the crib again.
If you're Miami, you have to know that Lamandon Lloyd's going to get this ball. And Cunnington on the pump fake And it is a false start for Kentucky, and they are backing up. And we have another Twitch update, and it has gone final. Oklahoma takes down the Virginia Tech Hokies 37-34 for their first win of season 22. Two receivers to the top, two to the bottom. Cunnington fires it over the middle, has a man, caught by Ricky Rat, sets up a 2nd and 5.
Well, over there on the Twitch, they also had a close barn-burning game. Let's see if we can shake it up here and maybe we get interesting and we get some overtime action.
I love free football. 2 tight end set. Cunnington on the play action. Rolling right. Fires it to his right. Has a man on an out route. Deshaun Booker for 19. Nearing the red zone.
You know, almost a quiet night. Not really calling a lot of Deshaun Booker, but absolutely coming up when needed. And I'm never gonna turn my nose down at a big boy making big plays.
And they are officially in the red zone. 2 receivers to the top. 2 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun, hands off to Marks. Marks running up the middle, lowers his shoulder, gets 6 yards, sets up a 2nd and 4.
So both teams are just absolutely just at each other's necks right now. Clock is still ticking away. Kentucky is just absolutely firing on all cylinders.
3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun takes a snap, looking, decides to roll, run out, and he is brought down. Sacked on the play. Bill Cruz, his first sack of the night. Hard and long coming up.
You know what, Kate? Do me a favor. You go look and find somebody on both defensive lines that doesn't have a sack at this point. They are just absolutely just tattooing all night.
I mean, I will say that you are right. There have been sacks in abundance, but both offenses have managed to convert. They have not let them triple their drives yet. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington in the shotgun takes the snap. He's looking, fires it into the end zone, and it is intercepted. Turnover. Miami holds strong. The 5-star freshman Jack Jones on the interception, and he turns away the Kentucky Wildcats.
Absolutely submitted an application for the 5 toes down challenge.
Pink in the shotgun, fires it to her left, has a man on a sit down. Nick Morrow for 10, moves the chains.
Gotta imagine with that now being the 2nd turnover for Kentucky on the night, can these turnovers spell the doom for their evening?
2x2 set. Pink in the shotgun. Slot receiver motions from right to left. Settles in the slot. Pink hands off to Yost on a delayed draw, and kind of shocked there wasn't a face mask. It was a great tackle by Titan Thompson. Sets up a 2nd and 13.
Oh, come on, Kate. It's CFSL. We don't call face masks and we don't call horse collaring. We turn the other eye to those.
There's no such thing, right? 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Pink in the shotgun, takes the snap. She's looking, fires it into the stands. Didn't have anybody open. That has been the difference. TJ Cunnington, 2 interceptions. Lisa Pink, none.
Miami being 7 for 15 on 3rd down. They need this.
2x2 set. Pink in the shotgun, running the screen to Yost. Yost decides to cut it up, breaks 1 tackle, spins out of the 2nd one, gets up to 4th and 5. The Kentucky defense holds after the red zone interception.
Absolutely. What a hold and what a shame. We are still living in the 40%. I want to see 1.
Have we had one work yet that wasn't called back by a penalty?
No, not at all.
Punt fielded on the sideline. LaMandon Lloyd for 12 yards. Good return. His shortest punt return of the night. And
now,
so that's tough to say.
Now, Cade, if you're Kentucky, keep it on the ground. Burn clock.
They don't listen to you.
Or not.
It down the seam. And it is LaMandon Lloyd. No other than the career night for LaMandon Lloyd. 10 catches, 260 yards. Cunnington closing it on 700. What a play by Kentucky.
You know what, Cade? There's a reason why I'm up here in the booth calling and I'm not on the field coaching. Because what do I know? Clearly,
we don't know anything. We don't know anything because I would have run the ball right there too. Two receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Cunnington in the shotgun, pump fake, looking, fires it into the end zone, and his 3rd interception. What a poor choice by TJ Cunnington. Picked off by number 20, Avery James. What a poor choice by Kentucky, and the Miami Hurricanes hold again.
Umbreon needs a new pair of shorts.
2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top, and off to Yost for a 1-yard gain.
So, I'm going to make that point. Now with 3 turnovers, is this the terrifying nail in the coffin?
2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Yost motions to the top, Pink, and brought down immediately. Sacked on the play. Perry Harrison getting his name in the sack party. 3rd and 15.
Oh, and just like Harris Outdoors says, that was all Miami DB work right there. Absolutely sneaky, athletic, the kind of guy that has the grit, determination. Is going to bring his lunch pail to work. Just that hard effort getting in there and just taking that away.
I'm not going to comment on that. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the bottom. Pink running the screen to Yost. Yost gets caught up, and he is shoestring tackled. 6-yard loss. The Kentucky defense holds.
I just want a screen.
We're not going to get one. Let's go ahead and dust our hands and see if it happens next game. Fielded inside the 50. Lloyd pays the price. Miami has had enough of LeMond and Lloyd.
Elijah Brown just said, I've had enough of seeing you up and down this field. Sit down. What a hit stick.
Oh my goodness, Dominic. What a game. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunnington in the back. Takes the snap, play action to Marks. He's looking, rolling right, fires it downfield left, has a man. Diving catch. Caught. First down, D. Harris, 1st and goal. Cunnington goes over 700 yards.
Cade, what are we witnessing tonight? You should be keeping it on the ground and keeping this tight, and they are still just throwing yards like it's nobody's business. What are we experiencing?
We're inside the 10-yard line. We're inside 2 minutes. Give the ball to Cole Marks. There we go. Hand it off to Marks. Marks running left. Breaking tackles. Brought down just shy of the goal line. Oh, man.
Now, bleed the clock. Don't leave time.
Let's wait and see what they do. Cunnington under center. Play action, calls his own number. Touchdown! Kentucky. A body slam by Avery James in the end zone. He seems a little angry, but Kentucky on top. Just over 1 minute to go.
Just this is an experience to kick off the Thursday night slate on week 1. This is just maddening all across the board. Now, we saw this replay out at the end of the first half. Kentucky left too much time, and Miami went in answered. Miami's got to feel like they can do it.
Too much time was like 28 seconds. So this is an eternity for Miami. Just over a minute left, or right at a minute left with 3 timeouts as Yost gets him out to the 30-yard line. The playbook is open. You have whatever you need right now, whether it's a Bo Yost run because we know what he's capable of, if it's Jalen Urban, if it's Nick Morrow, Lisa Pink. This game is yours. Running the screen to Yost. Yost to the right, cuts it up, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd tackle, and gets a 2-yard gain on 2nd and 8. And I said the playbook's open, but I don't think a first down screen should be in the playbook at this point in time. Empty set, 3 receivers to the top. Pink in the shotgun. Takes the snap. She's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man caught. Over the 40 to the 45-yard line is Ryan Campbell. 2nd timeout by Miami.
Now, Kate, I'm starting to wonder. You just burned through 2 timeouts really quickly here.
The clock stops after the first down, so it wouldn't shock me if they saved that last one. Pink in the shotgun, takes a snap. She's looking, fires it over the middle, has a man on an out route. Caught by Nick Morrow, 13 yards. Hurricanes going to go hurry up, and they do. Just inside the 45-yard line. Yost behind Pink. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink calling her audibles, takes the snap. She's looking, pump fakes, looking, fires it to the right side, has a man on an out route, toe drag swag. Darren Sway for 7 yards, stops the clock. They are going to review it. That looked like a good catch to me, but they are going to review it. Let's see. Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's see.
Okay.
Stands. All right. It's 7 yards. You got out of bounds. You didn't use a timeout. We are just at 37 seconds, just outside of the 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Yost to the right. Pink in the shotgun. She takes the snap. She's looking. Fires it over the middle. Has Yost out of the backfield. Or Jeff Bird, excuse me, not Yost. Jeff Bird for his first catch of the night. Moves the chains. Hurricanes going hurry up. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Yost behind Pink. Pink takes the snap. She's looking. She's looking. She's stepping left. She fires it into traffic. Knocked away by Chris Vasquez.
Oh, good deflection by Vasquez, but Vasquez could have just called ball game. Oh, what a stop.
2 receivers from top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. Yost to the left. Pink fires it to the right. Toe dragging Ryan Campbell for 6 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 4. 24 seconds left on the clock. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink in the shotgun. She takes the snap. She's looking. She fires it on the drag route. Has a man. Gets the first down. Nick Morrow for 7 yards into the red zone. Go the Hurricanes. Hurry up offense coming. Pink is in the shotgun. 2 receivers from the bottom, 2 to the top. Pink calling her audible. Motions to tight end out. Yost to the left side. Wasted too much time. Pink in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fires it to Yost. Yost catches it and goes backwards. 1 yard loss.
You don't catch that. You get out of the way.
2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Pink under center. 5-step drop. Fires it into the end zone. Has a man. And brought down on the 1 yard line is Cameron Long. 5 seconds left. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Pink in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Yost, and he punches it in. Touchdown, Miami.
Woo! What a show we are getting. Okay, do we get the OT that we called? Or does Miami say, we're at home, we don't do OT, let's call shots?
Oh, man. They're gonna play for overtime, but, I mean, I don't blame you, man. I would go for overtime, too, for the sole fact of this. Despite TJ Cunnington, despite his amazing night of over 700 yards, he has 3 interceptions. Your defense has forced turnovers, so you can play for overtime unless something crazy happens here, and it's not going to. Ricky Rack for 22. Stay right here with us on YouTube. We got free football, 52-52. Miami and Kentucky. Oh, man. Kentucky calls tails, and it is tails. They're going to play defense first. Miami on offense. We will see Lisa Pink and Bo Yost. Oh, my goodness, Dominic, settle in, baby. It's going to be a great night. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Pink under center, fires it on a slant, has a man. First down. Hurricanes moving.
Gotta love free football, Cave. There is nothing better than getting more than what you paid for. What a start to the YouTube slot.
And that was number 8, Daniel Brown on the catch. 3 receivers to the top. Pink in the shotgun. She's firing over the middle, has a man, and it is caught. First down, second and inches. That will be a Tony 10. That was Nick Morrow on the catch.
I was getting ready to say, I was like, if you're not going to say it, I was going to get the Tony 10 in.
Full house in the backfield. Pink hands off to Yost. Yost running up the middle, lowers the shoulder, doesn't quite get in the end zone, but it is a 1st and goal. Miami knocking on the door.
Okay, you got to imagine, you just turn around and hand this off to Yost, no question.
I think any other play call would be a disservice to this team, and they're throwing it. And what do we know? It is a touchdown by Miami to number 8, Daniel Brown. First score of overtime, clinical drive by the Hurricanes.
Clearly we don't know ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason we're up here and they're down there, okay? So let's just keep our mouths shut and do our best to do this game some justice, all right? I like the energy that you and me are bringing. I like the energy that these players are bringing on the field, and it's not done yet. First half of the first overtime is down. We will now see Kentucky and TJ Cunnington and Cole Marks. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Cunnington in the shotgun. Marks off to the left. Cunnington takes the snap, looking, fires it into the end zone, and it is dropped. An easy touchdown. I don't know who dropped it, but that was a backbreaker if you're Kentucky.
Hey, it looked like it was thrown short and it bounced off the back of the defender.
Okay, so it wasn't a drop. 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Cunningham fires it to the left. Right, has a man. Number 6, Lamandon Lloyd. Yes, yeah, who else? It's going to go to Lamandon Lloyd. At some point, Miami has to recognize that. Empty set, 3 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Cunningham alone in the backfield. Jab steps, looking, paying his taxes. Fires it to the right, into the end zone. Touchdown number 9 for Kentucky. D. Harris on the catch. Oh, mama, settle in for a second overtime. Unless Kentucky wants to go for it.
I don't think we're getting a second overtime.
I don't know.
I smell go home. No.
Yeah, they're going to play for overtime. You know, again, so, yeah, as we're being told by our producers, the AI doesn't think like we do. Because I agree, if I'm you, I'm going for 2, win or lose. Kentucky is back on offense first in the second overtime. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunningham in the shotgun, takes the snap, fires it into the end zone. Knocked away by the Miami defender into double coverage by Kentucky.
Okay, seeing these bombs into the end zone, you hold your breath each time. You don't know what's going to happen.
Especially since that's how all 3 of his interceptions have come. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunningham fires it to the bottom of the screen. Everybody was covered like white on rice. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, well, no, not so fast. Not all were in the end zone. That first pick 6 was absolutely on a screen.
You're right. It was a big one, but you're right. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Cunningham in the shotgun. Cole Marks running the screen to the right. Has the blockers. Is he going to get there? Met short. 4th and 3 coming up. Kentucky faced with a choice.
I just want one screen. We're in 6th period now.
They will settle for 3, and it is a right hash on the right foot of the Kentucky kicker. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 62-59, Kentucky leads in the second overtime on YouTube. On CFSL action, baby, you ain't going anywhere. Oh, my goodness. Miami on offense. 2 receivers to the bottom, 2 to the top. Pink in the shotgun. She's looking, fires it to the left, and it is almost game ender, knocked away by the Kentucky defenders. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now that was Teddy Legend out there trying to set and call game. Oh, Teddy almost had
made a legendary play. 2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Pink, play action, looking, fires it over the middle, has a man wide open. McMorrow inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Miami.
Oh, and I believe that officially does put Morrow over 200 yards receiving in this game. And now Kentucky has got to go ahead and lock in right now. There is no margin of error. There's no room for forgiveness. You have to bunker down and get this stop.
2 to the top, 2 to the bottom. Yost behind Pink. Pink takes the snap. She's looking. She's getting pressured. Fires it over the middle. Has a man. And Jalen Irvin brought down a hair short. If you are Miami, you have Bo Yost in this backfield. You have to believe that he's getting this ball. It's 3 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Pink calling her audible. She drops back, fires it. Touchdown! Game, set, match. Miami holds off the Kentucky Wildcats, and Daniel Brown for the walk-off touchdown. Finish it up for me, Dominic.
No, absolutely. Let me finish up and bring this home. We saw everything we wanted and more. What a game for both teams. A top 15 matchup that absolutely just wrote one for the books. How does the 8:30 slot compare to this? We don't know, but what a fireworks. Hats off to both teams.
Thank you for joining us on YouTube. My name is Cade Padgett. In the booth with me is Dominic Barfield. Thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters. This is the CFSL on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Join us back just after 8:30 as we see the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Tennessee Volunteers square off. It's going to be a great one. Don't go anywhere.